Alright, so nobody asked for my opinion on the whole Charlie Kirk thing, but here's my hot take. Violence is bad.
Why would you say something so controversial yet so brave?
Unless we're talking about Grand Theft Auto, because in the case of that totally smooth transition, well, committing violent crime is fucking awesome. What kind of person do you play as in Grand Theft Auto? A swell dude who jacks people's rides, of course. The series has always revolved around gangsters rising up through the ranks of the underworld, but I've always had a small nitpick with the protagonists these games force you to play as, and that's that they're too swell.
Oh, family! I'm home!
Are you gonna explain that point, or do I really have to? You can play Grand Theft Auto like a law-abiding citizen if you want. You can wait for traffic lights to turn green, you can buy soda from the vending machine, you can browse the internet, and of course, you can go bowling. But that's not quite how I play. I punch random pedestrians in the face. I hit people riding on motorcycles and watch them fly over the windshield. I get into insane battles with the police that look like they came out of the movie Heat. I play like a goddamn war criminal with superpowers because the game allows it and it's fun. But there's a disconnect, because most of the protagonists you play as aren't that. In the cutscenes, they usually have limits and restraint. I mean, yeah, they're all awful people who aren't shy of doing a little bit of murder every now and then, but something feels off when I play as Franklin and then proceed to shoot up the strip club.
You're not that guy, pal. Trust me. You're not that guy.
Franklin, Nico, Michael, these guys are obviously violent men, but the games usually portray them as being somewhat rational and calculated criminals. They're immoral, yes, but they clearly aren't written with Joker levels of anarchy in mind.
Man, check this out, homie. I like blowing motherfucking fools' heads off just as much as the next psychotic asshole. But I just don't look at this shit as doing a good deed.
That's my problem with these protagonists. It's fun to cause mayhem, but it's not exactly true to the character. Yeah, it's a game and all, and the fact that I'm actually taking this much time out of my life to analyze fictional characters is fucking pathetic. Don't get it twisted. But I'm not gonna just magically forget Michael being a regular dude in one moment, and then in the next one, watch him briefly become a domestic terrorist.
So, alright, so let me get this straight then.
No, there is no getting it straight, that's the point.
But when I play as Trevor Phillips, I don't have that problem. Because Trevor is honest about who he is. And who is he exactly?
Yes?
Hi. Oh. Hello.
Yeah, he's a lot. He's a drug dealer, a drug addict, a thief, that one sort of goes without saying, a hillbilly genocider, and possibly a cannibal.
Jesus Christ, Trevor, what is that? What's wrong with you? That's just a what? An eyelid. That's probably not even human. Unless that gas station job.
His personality is obnoxious, erratic, and compulsive. He gets involved with a drug deal because he's bored. He kidnaps Martin Madrazo's wife out of spite. He gleefully tortures a man.
Did you see his face when I did that?
But what's most apparent about Trevor's character traits would be his rage, which is expertly shown off in his introductory mission where it opens with him fucking Johnny Klebett's girlfriend and then proceeding to crush his skull 5 minutes later.
Cut!
Trevor is Grand Theft Auto's version of the Hulk, a character who's just too angry to die. And that's really the angriest thing you could be when you think about it. Not the Hulk, but a Grand Theft Auto protagonist. A guy who has enough energy to go through with robbing cars, punching people in the face, and getting into big shootouts with the police.
Sweet mother shit.
Trevor Phillips is an over-the-top cartoon character that could totally exist in a Mad Max movie, and he perfectly embodies the way I play the game. I never find myself double-guessing what Trevor would actually do in a situation because, yeah, Trevor really would try to single-handedly steal a jet from a military base. I could just sit here and say that Trevor has some of the funniest lines, or that he has the best character switches, or that Stephen Ogg fucking killed the role with an iconic performance, but it's the character's absurd personality that really gives it a lot of mileage for a Grand Theft Auto game. Get it? Mileage? Like miles on the—
Cut!
Ooh, wow, you like Trevor's character because he's crazy. Yeah, pretty much. Is it cheap to just write off Trevor Phillips as the crazy one?
It's cheap, but it's good.
Yes, if you've played the game, you know there's a lot more depth to his character, but still, the point still stands that his whole, thing is sort of the best cover story you could give a Grand Theft Auto protagonist. Because how else are you supposed to explain a swell guy doing shit like this, or this? But like I said at the beginning, this video is really just one giant nitpick. At the end of the day, nobody really cares about that dumbass term. Nobody really cares if Jason and Lucia turn out to be actual escaped inmates from an insane asylum or not. People just want to have fun in a Grand Theft Auto game, and getting that right is already hard enough. Please don't delay the game again, Rockstar. I can't take it anymore. But until that long awaited day comes, Trevor Phillips will remain as my favorite Grand Theft Auto protagonist, because he's the type of character that's truly meant for a game like Grand Theft Auto, a series that's always been at its core about raging against the system, breaking the rules of society and doing whatever the fuck you want no matter how ugly. And I can't think of a better protagonist who represents that quite like my boy T.
It's not legally fucking if you do not penetrate.